The reason I came in for treatment is I had a lot of pain in my neck from a cervical spine injury, which I got from unfortunately running down some hogs. So I had a little bit of whiplash and a lifetime being a keen horsewoman. So the pain was terrible. I couldn't really do anything. I certainly couldn't horse ride, and that's very important to me. I'd looked around. I'd been to a chiropractor that hadn't really given me any satisfaction. I'd been to a doctor that hadn't given me any satisfaction. And we'd heard of Dr. Aiden from a family member having treatment in the past. So I came for treatment. The other things I tried were all the things you would do at home, so heat and traction. I had 8 weeks with a chiropractor, which helped temporarily, but maybe for 30 minutes. I had a few consultations with different doctors, but those options seemed very non-regenerative, so to speak, so steroid shots or ablating the nerves, and I didn't want to take the risk of those side effects and redo everything every 2 years. What brought me specifically to the clinic here is it's relatively convenient for me. It's an hour and a half away, and again, as I said, a previous family members had treatment from Dr. Aiden a few years ago, which was very successful, so he's always been on my radar, so to speak, and it's always been in the back of the mind if I needed something, particularly regenerative, this was the place to come. The neck injury was very limiting for me. Even any day-to-day activity was very painful. Anything where I had to move my arms, so I had referred pain into my shoulders or move my head. It was very painful at driving, making a cup of tea, walking, everything. It impacted every waking second. It was very miserable. After the treatment, the impact on my life was huge. I'd gone from, as I just said, terrible pain, doing anything at all, to about 24 hours of slightly worse pain. I'd had 19 shots in my cervical spine, so I was expecting to be uncomfortable for a little while. And then within 2 days, the pain had entirely gone, completely gone, 100%. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a very keen horsewoman, I always have been. Perhaps part of the reason why I had a bad cervical spine to begin with. But I recently got an imported Swedish warmblood horse to ride who's very well trained in dressage. So I ride maybe 4 to 5 times a week, and he's a very athletic horse, so it's quite challenged physically. And obviously a lot of movement to absorb in the spine for me as a rider. And when I had the pain from the cervical spine injury, it was just next to impossible to ride. And if I did put myself through that pain to ride actually correctly and in a way that would help the horse go well, it was just impossible. So I was just cramped up with pain all the time. So that was a huge factor in making sure that I got the right treatment, because that's really important to me going forwards. Then I hadn't had the horse very long. So after the treatment now, I still ride 4 to 5 times a week, and I never honestly even think about my neck. There's absolutely no pain at all, no matter what the horse is doing. It's all great.